Hey beautiful people, it's Dr. D. It's been a minute since I've done a video post for you. I'm always out and about working on some different projects as I put things together in what I think to be meaningful ways for the things that are important to me and the things that I feel like I can reach and be a part of and touch in a productive way. So that being said, I did spend some time this week listening to some of the narrations of Aretha Franklin's funeral as well as John McCain's funeral. Stevie Wonder said something that I thought was really interesting, and it kind of moved me. It pinched me, and he used the phrase "let us make love great again." And I know it probably sounds like, oh, little, roses are red, violets are blue. Let's make love great again. If that's how you want to process it, that's fine. But I thought the words were extremely significant, because throughout world history, I feel like there are moments when we see love surge, where we see how love surges and it penetrates the atmosphere and it penetrates what's going on for a time period, and we have a moment where we got it right. We got it right. And it's because I think from time to time, we see the building of love that operates through an individual and allows them to do something courageous, and it moves us, and bam, we get it right. And so I know I'm always citing the same people over and over, but these are people that minister to me. And that is Harriet Tubman and Maya Angelou and Dr. Martin Luther King and as I continue to learn about Susan B. Anthony and those individuals, they minister to me. They influence my heart and my thoughts, because to do what these individuals did, and Mary McLeod Bethune, to do what these individuals did, you have to get to the point where you live for something bigger than you. And I was saying that in an instant messaging exchange yesterday. Somebody messaged me and said, hey, what'd you think about that eulogy at Aretha Franklin's funeral? And I said, I hadn't listened to the whole thing, but from what I heard, I said, okay, well, Black America is hurting. Black America is hurting. America is hurting. Parts of the world are hurting. I might not articulate it exactly how Jasper Williams did, but yes, we are hurting. But here's what I think is a bigger opportunity. And this is what I said. My dad used to always say, a drunk person doesn't need for you to tell them they're drunk. Most often we know it. We know I'm drunk. We know you're drunk. You know you're drunk. Drunk person doesn't need for you to tell them that. And then you can debate that. But his point was, what a drunk person needs is for you to tell them, how else can I mediate my pain other than alcohol? What else can I do? What else can I touch? What else can I consume to deal with the parts of me that are in pain? What can I do to deliver myself from being controlled by another substance other than me, other than my heart, my mind, my thoughts? And so, yes, I think there was opportunity for us to go in that direction. And I think that's why it was so interesting for Stevie Wonder to have had that moment to, quote unquote, close out the funeral. Let us make love great again. So when I look at Mary McLeod Bethune, and when I look at, the individuals that I mentioned before, man, they made some really significant sacrifices, and they planted some amazing seeds of forwardness. If you're one of those slaves that Harriet Tubman you helped to set free, that's a love moment. It's a love moment. That's what makes us great, when we have those moments and we surge. And so, yes, you can accuse me of being feely, love. I'm not love without action. I'm not love without wisdom. I'm not love without some firmness. I'm not love without advocating for what is right. But as I said in the instant message to the person I was speaking to yesterday, we have to learn to live for something bigger than us. Aretha Franklin and John McCain, you may not agree with every move of their life, but they live. They appear to have understood that I'm living for something other than just my fingers and my toes. I'm living for something bigger. I'm living for more than me. Even if you don't agree with every move they made, every song that was sung, or every political perspective, there was, I think, a recognition and a revelation that I'm living. I'm living for me, but I'm living for you too. And I'm living for people around me. And when we are unable to transcend and really ride those surges of love that will often come down and pick back up again. And that's what we're seeing right now. I mean, this thing has dropped, and boy, we're trying to push it back up. But we live for something bigger than just us. We live for us and people around us, even when we don't agree. And you don't necessarily have to agree with my language, the way I chose to language and narrate how I see the world. I have a former student, I love dearly, I'm going to call his name out, Darnell Walker. I don't agree with everything he says, but what I appreciate, he is a bold and courageous thinker. And we need people to be courageous enough to think beyond the protocol, to think beyond the prescriptions, to think beyond the conventions of what we see and what we've been told. Let love be great again. I don't know if I just said that the way Stevie Wonder said it. Make love great again. I think that's what he said. Make love great again. Making love great again. It takes humility. It takes humility to say, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm in the process of positive change. I'm quoting Louise Hay. I'm in the process of positive change. Make love great again. Well, I just want to share that little bit with you. I can go on and on and on, but anyways, I want to give that little tidbit, whatever you say it, in the midst of all of my little functioning. You can always check out more of what I say and do at greaterlovesyou.com. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, which houses some of the earlier inspirational videos I've done. Making love great again. We need another surge of that, and it'll settle. It's kind of like a wave, but it is time that we have another wave. I think that's what saved humanity and throughout world history. It has been when we've put enough energy and focus together to create a surge. We put enough wind and focus, in a particular direction, and it creates a surge. Yes, 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 yes. The universe is very powerful, and I do believe that the universe is made up of a composite of energy, all of our energies. And every now and then, we have brilliant moments where we're able to put some energy together, and it surges in the world and in the universe. I believe that. Yeah. In the tradition of Christianity, we talked about, we would talk often about working the word because the angels respond to your word. The universe responds to our words. It responds to our energy. I believe that. Yes, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And so, nonetheless, as I mentioned a few seconds ago, this is my second closing, as the preachers usually say. You can always check out some more of my thoughts and sayings at greaterlovesyou.com. I'm in love. I'm in love with making love great. I'm in love with understanding that because people did that before me, I'm here, and I get to live off of that. And when I'm dead and gone, people will be living off of what I'm doing and what you're doing. We either got to fix what you're doing, or we're going to be able to live off the benefits of what you're doing. And that's what's happening right now. We're fixing some stuff that other people done jacked up, and we're planting and building some stuff that other people can live off of, even as we live off the good that came before us. All right. Bye, everybody. Take care. Mwah. Hugs and kisses.